YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to GMS who told me this truth. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. And then we have a story from the BBC. Rents rising at fastest rate for 7 years. So tenants in properties owned by private landlords have faced the highest rise in rent since comparable records began 7 years ago, official data shows. Rents rose 4% last year as landlords who faced their own squeeze from higher mortgage rates passed on those costs. A quarter of tenants surveyed in December said their rent had risen in the past 6 months. Renters proportionately spend more on housing costs than owners do. On average, they pay 24% of their weekly expenditure on housing compared to 16% by those with a mortgage. It says it's a tricky situation if you're looking for a new tenancy. Many renters could decide to remain in existing tenancy agreements with fixed rents rather than risk a move and spend more on rent. A growing proportion of people said they were finding it difficult to afford their rent or mortgage payments, rising from 27% in late September, to 31% in mid-December. A high proportion, 45% of adults with mortgages, reported being worried about the changes in mortgage interest rates. There have been a steep rise in mortgage costs in 2022. Driven in part by the doomed mini-budget during the premiership of Liz Truss. Rates surged as the market reacted unfavorably to promises to tax cuts without an explanation of how they would be funded. The average cost of new 2-year fixed-rate mortgage has fallen slowly since markets stabilized, but it's still much higher than it was last year at 5.78%. So we have a chart here how mortgage rates have changed. It says here the impact of higher mortgage rates is not only hitting those who are remortgaging, but also the prospects for first-time buyers. One young family told the BBC that they had put their home buying plans on hold despite having 2 good jobs and having saved for a deposit for 5 years. Shalom.